Welcome to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here
at the fabulous Arizona Center with the sun peeking out.
Yeah, it's already coming up. Well, we have a great show in store for you today. We've got Marilyn Swick back on.
Yeah.
She is the filmmaker who did a really beautiful story about Paige, who has cerebral palsy.
Right.
And
I'm so glad you got to see the trailer, because I mean, it's such a powerful trailer.
Yeah, she went on to do some incredible things with her life and rides horses and
wins championships.
It's just an inspiring story. And then we also have Catherine Pierce here with her group Networked Live, which is a pretty cool networking environment for people that are interested in business. They've also got an event coming up that might be of interest to women business owners or women who are thinking about maybe starting a business or kind of all levels. But we are excited to introduce you to both of them.
So, you know how last week I said I was rather decadent?
Yes.
So the shirt I'm wearing came from Allie Willis. So Allie Willis was a songwriter. She has a wall full of gold records, worked with Earth, Wind and Fire, worked on The Color Purple, the musical. And so has done a wide variety of things. So she recently passed away, and so they had the estate sale to blow out all estate sales. It was such a fun time to just kind of go hang out with folks who had known her. She was such a beacon of creativity. She was good friends with Paul Rubens, who was also Pee Wee Herman.
Yes, yeah.
So it's like, so I just want to bring some of the fun things
I'm
that
glad,
I get.
because I asked you to.
I know, and I was like, oh my
tell.
gosh. All right, so let's see. So, you know, I do love my clothes. And so she had this, which is a Hawaiian bus driver shirt.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like it.
So, and then I love like vintage pajamas, and it's so hard to find like 60s pajamas.
That looks like you.
So I'm like, oh yeah, so you'll be seeing me wearing that at some point on the show.
Yeah.
But then they also had things like they had their own T-shirt made up.
Oh,
Just for,
cute.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I mean, she meant so much to so many people. There's a documentary that you can watch about her life according to Allie.
Okay.
And so kind of my two prized possessions are, now, so what I love about this is fabulous hair grooming aid.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if it helps you do your hair any better.
Glasses? Oh my gosh. What in the world?
So
Wow.
I'm not quite sure what it does to help you do your hair any better.
Oh, so it's to cover your eyes when you do hairspray.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was assuming it was like helping you do the sides.
And you can see, it has a mirror right here, so you can probably see the back of your hair. Like.
Well, yeah, so I got that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of the hairspray angle.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that then on the
Oh,
front.
it has eyes on it.
Yes, exactly. And so that's why I got them, because who doesn't love a pair of eyewear that already has some eyes on it? So that way you just put them on, and there you go.
That looks great.
So yeah, I mean, kind of like the black bar across they would do in a censored photo.
Yeah.
But you've got that.
That was fun. I like that.
So yeah, so that was fun. And then because of her connection with Pee Wee, or Paul Rubens, I got a bicycle horn in the box, but look at how space age
That's really
that
cool.
is. And I
Yeah.
love how it's like, so at some point I can put this on my bicycle, and that
Totally.
way I can, or I can just attach it to anything.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is a D-sized battery, and then you're ready to just buzz
We
people.
could just use it on the show.
You mean like,
Yeah.
so I have a bell and a buzzer.
You get the bell. I want the buzzer.
So, oh my, yeah, but I haven't even tried it yet. I've just been so excited.
So it
with
doesn't work right now.
There's no battery in it.
Okay.
So.
Well, yeah, bring a battery. We gotta try this.
So I'm
baby
like,
out.
oh my gosh! I just thought, but it was so beautiful, and the fact that, I mean, it's pristine.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So it's got the mounting hardware inside, even instructions on how to use it, in case there was any doubt. So press button,
you
make
didn't
noise.
know to push the button.
Press button, make noise. Yeah, so all that fun stuff. So yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that in. I was dying to know. And I thought you'd have a lot more clothes, honestly. So interesting that your choices.
Well, what I loved was she was a big gal, so a
Yeah.
lot of the clothing actually fit me. So
See, I would have had good luck there too.
yeah, she had some really good stuff, but yeah, I mean, these I think are just hilarious.
Well, we might not have good stuff. Well, Marshall does. I don't have good stuff, but I've got great guests here to meet you. We've got Marilyn
Indeed.
Swick here, who is going to talk about her feature film as well as 2 episodic series that she's got going on. And she has some exciting news to share about a program she just got accepted into. Big deal.
Yeah.
Then we've also got Catherine here to share tips on how to network like a pro and talk about a really cool upcoming event. So let's meet our guests for today.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
Fabulous Arizona Center.
We've got some storm clouds rolling in right now.
I know.
We'll see if it gets pitch black again.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? You know what I do know?
That we have an amazing guest that's coming back.
We do.
Yeah.
Hi, Marilyn.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got Marilyn Swick back, and you got to interview her last time. I was not here for the interview.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember why. I have no idea where. Probably Disneyland. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
probably at
Or
Disneyland.
you were off one of the other husbands frolicking
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't
wilderness
know.
somewhere.
I don't know, but you were on originally because you were screening your film at Worldwide Women's Film Festival.
Absolutely. The music video for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, a lot's been going on with your feature, My Life Between the Reins.
Yes.
Give us an update from the last time we saw you.
Absolutely. So we finally, after a year and a half, because of traveling all around the U.S. for multiple horse shows, we have started our film festival circuit with the film. It had its world premiere at the iconic TCL Chinese Theatre. I'm so excited about that. Last month in Hollywood. And our Arizona premiere is at Sholo this week. So very excited
fun.
about that. Such an amazing film festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, John was talking about Sholo.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
and what I love is that for Sholo, all the films show every day.
Yes,
So
3 times.
yeah, which I think is great.
Yeah, because it gives us an opportunity to watch everyone and support all of our local filmmakers.
Right.
Yeah. So how are audiences responding to the film? What kind
Yeah.
of response are you getting?
They laugh, they cry, they're inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, Paige was born with cerebral palsy, and the doctors told her parents she'll never walk or talk. Well, not only has she walked and talked, she's trotted and loped her ways to many equestrian championships, graduated from college, is a Zig Ziglar motivational speaker. She's just so inspirational.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, for those that didn't gather, this is a true story. And we actually have the trailer that we'd like to show you all. We showed it last time, but again, I didn't get to see it, and we're assuming we have some new viewers this time. So let's watch that
And it's
trailer.
worth watching again because it's so good.
Yeah.
I was born on a cold winter day. I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck 5 times.
And so that's when they said, we don't think she'll be able to do anything, really. Walker talker counts 10.
Every single day of Paige's life is a struggle, but you would never know it. She looks at her cerebral palsy as a gift from God.
Cerebral palsy is a condition that almost defies description. It is so multidimensional.
When I met you at that horse show, Paige, I just knew I had to tell your story.
She is a vessel to show other individuals what can be possible when so many times she's probably been told that it's not possible.
Why horses? You know, like those of us that show horses, what is our why that the horse brings into our life?
When Paige gets on a horse, she becomes a different lady. The smile when she's on that horse is just phenomenal.
There was one thing they did not know about me. Quitting was never an option.
With every step I feel your strength, so every day's a great day in my life. Between the reins, this is my life, between the reins.
Your faith in God can take you to levels that are unimaginable.
Quitting was not an option.
Yeah. What an
Quitting is
incredible
not an
story.
option. Yeah. Those two, I mean, really the mom is the hero of the whole story, right? Because cerebral palsy doesn't come with a manual.
Right.
It comes with a mom that never gives up. And their life principles have been God, grace, and grit. I like to call it the 3 Gs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'm so glad that you maybe talk about that. So you met her and
Yes.
you knew you wanted to tell her story.
Yes.
How did that all come about?
Yeah.
Were they like eager and willing to jump in
Oh,
right
absolutely.
away? Okay.
Absolutely. Our horses are actually with the same horse trainer in Weatherford, Texas. And I've been with him for 20 some years. I had heard of Paige and Susie, but I had just never been at a horse show with them. So I hadn't met them. And 2 years ago, we were at Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, and they were there. And after 30 minutes of talking to Paige and her mom, I said, you know, I'm a filmmaker as well. I'd love to tell your story. The world needs to hear this inspirational story.
Yeah.
I get so choked up.
Yeah.
So a year and a half, we were on the road. We went from Fort Worth to Las Vegas to Orlando, Florida, and back to Texas and Oklahoma to various horse shows. And we followed her at various horse shows. Our cinematographer spent a week at their 1,000-acre cattle ranch in Oklahoma. Yeah, and so they were able to get them doing their everyday chores with, 100 cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Paige does everything alongside her husband, Andy.
Yeah. I think, it's interesting with these kinds of stories because there's different kind of documentary filmmakers, right?
Yes.
Like it's very clear that you so care for Paige and that family and their story, and then there are other, documentary filmmakers that kind of keep that distance.
Right.
And I think it's just so wonderful to see the heart that you've put into this, and clearly it's reflected in the work.
Thank you.
So,
and you think about us just being able-bodied, getting on a 2,000-pound animal.
Right.
When a leaf can make them scared and jump, and Paige is just such a great story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so big things happening for Life Between the Reins.
Yes,
so
yes.
Arizona premiere at Sholo Film Festival.
Yes, this weekend. Yep.
How long are you on the festival circuit?
Probably until someone picks us up for distribution or streaming.
Well said.
Because that was going to be my question, was where can people see it?
That's our plan.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
We've been talking to a couple distributors already.
Okay.
But I want to make sure we go with the right one that feels our passion for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, to share.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, well, I also saw on Facebook recently, because we're Facebook friends, you got accepted into Juilliard.
Juilliard.
Yeah.
Who knew that would ever happen in my life, right? This old lady. There's hope. There's hope. Never give up.
Yeah.
And follow your dreams. Yeah. So I'm very excited. They have an extension program.
Okay.
In the drama acting department, and I got accepted for fall of 2025 back to school.
Wow.
So I'm very excited about that. And every semester they offer different acting classes.
Okay.
So I'm so excited to be able to add that to my acting resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What made you decide to go for it?
Well, why not?
That's a great reason.
Paige's inspirational story, never give
I was
up.
going to say,
why
I'm sure it has
not?
nothing to do with Paige at all.
Yeah, no, not at all, right? Yeah, absolutely. And because I'm a local filmmaker and a SAG-AFTRA actor, I've always believed in giving back and helping elevate others.
Yeah.
So I also offer affordable and convenient acting workshops to help elevate our local actors, you know, and to continue their craft at only $20 a workshop via Zoom.
Okay.
So there's no excuse not to come in, work a scene, get redirects from our local other filmmakers
Yeah.
that are writing and producing their films, such as John Kestner
Right.
and John Martinez, who I work with both of them. And let's elevate this film and acting industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that so much. So what is that for, because we do have quite a few actors and filmmakers
Yeah.
that have been on the show and that also watch the show. What is that process like when they do one of the $20 workshops?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they just sign up, send me their scene that they want to work on that reflects perhaps a role that they would be cast as, right? And then they come in, either myself or another local filmmaker, producer, director will give them redirects. They do their scene a second time. They stay on Zoom the whole time, so we continue to learn from each other.
Yeah.
And pick up other great scenes. You may see a scene and you think, oh, I'd be really good at that scene.
Yeah.
And then reach out to that actor to help each other. And then just stay on the whole time. And
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you're kind of inviting and actively looking for projects from
Absolutely.
other storytellers.
Absolutely. So I have a production company, Sleep On It Productions. I've been in the sleep medicine field my whole professional life as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
was like, where did that name come from?
Yeah, Sleep
Okay.
On It, that's where.
Okay.
Yes, and so, you know, everyone has a great story within them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, just like Paige and Susie, they knew they wanted to get their story out, they just didn't know who or how.
Right.
So if you have a story, I'm happy to help you get it from script to screen, even help write it.
Yeah.
And also, with that said, that, you know, Arizona has so much great talent that not everyone knows about, and we've got to elevate and get that out there and spread the word about our talent.
Yeah, I think things are starting to shift. It seems that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, I think for a long time it was a very hobbyist state, and
Yes.
it was difficult to kind of elevate into that professional career level. But I'm starting to see some changes that are really encouraging in the
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a big part of that, making that happen.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope I can continue to do that.
You are,
I'm
yeah.
also working on 2 other episodics.
Yes.
One of them is called Sleep On It. So I want to interview patients and their sleep diagnostic journey.
Okay.
Because many times patients with narcolepsy, cataplexy, idiopathic hypersomnolence, it takes them 4 to 5 years.
I don't know those last 2 things.
Yeah.
What are those?
Cataplexy is narcolepsy. There's some that have cataplexy and some that do not.
Okay.
And cataplexy has been joked about in films, like an emotional response
Okay.
will make them feel weak in the knees, or they may fall forward,
Yeah.
or their face may droop. That's cataplexy.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they go through a lot to get a proper diagnosis.
Yeah.
Many are misdiagnosed with psychiatric disorders, schizophrenia. It's just heartbreaking. So that, and then idiopathic hypersomnolence is just excessive sleepiness without having narcolepsy. So I'm doing that. So if you have a sleep disorder and you want to tell your story, I'm the one. Then the other one is horses, of course, Between the Reins, a play on that.
Yeah.
So if you have a horse story, a horse rescue story, I would love to share that. This is season 1, and a couple of my episodes focus on some teenage girls that are local
Okay.
that qualified for Taylor Sheridan's Run for the Million.
Oh,
If you
wow.
don't know what that is, check it out.
Yeah.
These are reigners that participated in Vegas at the Run for the Million show. I interviewed 3 local teenagers that all qualified, and their trainer is Mark and Abby Cosenza. They're all local in Scottsdale, and I'm really excited to share their story. And then one of the other ones I'm getting ready to interview is Faith Hudson.
Okay.
I think she has won so many belts and buckles and saddles. She's a rodeo barrel racer, and she's already qualified for the spring finals in Vegas next year.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
she's she's quite talented.
Marilyn, do you shoot too? Are you behind the camera as well?
I am not a cinematographer,
Okay.
but I will do script to screen, and I work with cinematographers here.
Yeah.
A couple of them, yes.
That's great. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's wonderful when you can find a team that
Yes.
can definitely bring your vision to life. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, Marilyn, this has been such a pleasure
Thank
chatting with
you.
you. Yeah, I'm glad I got to be here this time.
Yeah, and isn't that that trailer?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I know.
Ah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
wake up and think, I can't do that, you can do that.
Yeah.
Think of Paige.
Yeah. Okay, well now I really hope I get to show those so I can see the full thing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Why don't you share where people can learn more about you and work with you if they would like to?
Yeah, so all of my socials and IMDb are my name, Marilyn Swick, at Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, IMDb, Marilyn Swick. And thank you so much.
We need a close-up picture of her belt to post with her episode, I think, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my world championship belt.
Yeah, that's impressive. Oh my goodness. All right, well, thank you again to Marilyn for joining us. And we have, believe it or not, even more cool stuff coming
All
up.
right.
Yep, so stay right here.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
The fabulous Arizona Center.
And if you hear a rumbling, it is not Marshall's stomach. We are actually hearing some thunder
thanks.
in the studio.
Oh, I just saw a little bit of So also, if you suddenly see us well lit,
Flat.
yes.
No, it's the paparazzi
I would say it's the
outside.
paparazzi doing our show because we're so popular.
Wouldn't that be nice? I know.
Lots of
Okay.
jazz hands.
Ooh, speaking of, did you just hear that? The
Yeah.
rumble?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've also got, I was going to make a really bad joke, but I won't do that. We've got a really great guest in the studio. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we are so excited to have you here. It's been fun just sitting here chatting even before
Yeah.
we started.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
it's very
Yeah,
fun.
I know. Okay, so you are here to talk about something called Networked Live.
Yes.
What is that?
Networked Live is a business networking community for growth-driven professionals that want more than just the run-of-the-mill networking. They want strategic support, they want genuine relationships, and they want a values-aligned community that's going to help them elevate themselves and their businesses.
Okay.
And so we do that by hosting workshops. We do, we really are about sharing resources to help small business owners, because my husband and I are both small business owners in another capacity. We have a couple other businesses, and it can just be so lonely, and you can almost feel like you are a crazy person for stepping out on your own, especially if you have family or friends, that are like, are you crazy? Go work for corporate, what have you. And I watched my husband go through that with his career changes and things like that. And he hit a low point in his business where there was really nowhere for him to turn. And out of that, he decided, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it into something good. And so he started this group, basically a CEO advisory board. This was long before we took on Networked Live. And we were living in Seattle at the time. And it was during the pandemic, actually. So of course we met virtually, but there was people in Canada, all over the United States. And the people that were part of that group actually grew their businesses during the pandemic. And it was so much fun. We met together once a month for 3 or 4 hours. And it was so much fun to be able to commiserate with each other and to just have some a voice of reason. I know if either of you are married or if you're parents, but there's always the one of you that's sane while the other one is going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
and vice versa. And it's just nice to be able to have somebody that can relate to what you're going through, or can be there to support you and be a listening ear. And so we host conferences, we do, like I said, workshops, we do online training, and we try and let as many of our members step into the spotlight to teach those trainings. So it's not just the Tab and Catherine show. You know, we want them to be able to say, you know, you're an expert in marketing. I'm not going to teach a class on marketing because that's not my wheelhouse. So why don't you get up and shine and, you know, teach a class? We also advertise. We have an event calendar. We advertise our members' events on the calendar so that they can get even more reach and have more interest in the things that they're doing. Because it's really, I really have a philosophy of there is no competition. We are here to build each other up, and all boats rise with the tide or floodwaters, whichever, you know, you happen to be doing. But, you know, we want to help share resources and help build each other up, rather than, no, you know, you belong to that networking group, you can't be part of ours, or, you know, that's my person, because there's plenty to go around.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's, I mean, you and I are both part of the Women 360.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no conflict there at all, because Heather and her group offers something completely different than what we offer ours. And so it's just a great opportunity for people that are really serious about their businesses to come together and find resources. And when we first took over the company 4 years ago, there was a lot of business card shuffles, you know, and it took us probably the first year just to kind of help train people that, no, hold your business cards, let's have a conversation, let's get to know each other, and then the business will flow. So that's always been our philosophy as far as getting to know, building the relationships, and then the business will flow.
Yeah, relationship first is such an important approach. And honestly, kudos to your husband who, you know, because I know what that slump feels like, and to take that and become solution focused and then also help other people, that's such a great thing. And it's such a real and common thing. Like,
it is.
Yeah, because I was a corporate journalist for 10 years, and then when I started my own business, it is very isolating. And, you know, at the time I wasn't surrounded by other business owners or people that were dealing with the same things that I was dealing with. And the first time I joined a group, it was actually called The Collective. It was hosted by Quinn Tempest out of Phoenix. And I remember it was just like a light bulb moment of like, oh, my problems are not unique.
Yes,
like, this has already been solved by really brilliant people. I don't need to struggle through this. And it was like, it was just such an aha moment for me, because for a year I had been like, you know, toiling away like a troll in my little office, you know. So I do think that these kinds of groups are incredibly important for sustainability. Yeah, they are. And, you know, as far as a business person goes, the more people that you can get to know, then you have access. Once people know, like, and trust you, you're going to have access to their networks. And we often have people that will, you know, reach out to us and say, do you have somebody in your community that does this? Right. And you know, that's another reason why you want to build those relationships, is so that you can say, oh yeah, I know that person does this and they're really good at it, and I'd be happy to send you a referral, because you're not going to put your name behind somebody that you don't know, like, and trust. Right. And that's honestly been one of the great things about doing this show, is like, now everybody's like, whenever someone's like, oh, I need this, or I need this, we're always like, oh, we know people.
Right, exactly. It's like,
Like, he was even asking about a magician earlier, and I was like, we know magicians.
Yes, we do.
So, I just think that's fabulous. Now, I hear you have an event coming up.
I do, and it's 4 weeks from Friday, and I am so excited. It's called the Empower and Elevate Conference, and it's for female business professionals and entrepreneurs. It's a full-day conference of 200 women that are in the room there to support each other, share resources. We have panel discussions. We have networking roundtables. Lunch is provided. We have swag bags. We have raffles, and we have spotlight speakers that are a little bit shorter, and main stage speakers that are covering topics from everything from, like, publicity. How do you get publicity for yourself so that you can have more people know, like, and trust you?
Right.
We have a publisher that, talks about doing small, instead of, because it can be overwhelming to think of publishing your own book.
Right.
And so she has grown a business of doing, like, it's called Itty Bitty Publishing. That's one of our sponsors. And so, or one of our speakers. And so she has made it her business to help people do small publications that offer more, I don't want to say authority, but credibility, I guess, because you're actually an author, and so it's just fantastic. Colleen Biggs, my wonderful friend, was the creator of the conference.
Okay.
She started it 3 years ago, I believe. And from the very first one that I went to, I'm like, I am not missing one of these, because I've never been in an environment where there's 200 women who are just there to support each other. You can have 10 real estate agents, you can have mortgage brokers, it doesn't matter what your industry, because everybody's there to help support you. And there's a point when we're doing the networking roundtables where you can say, I can offer this resource to anybody that needs it that's, at this table. Or you can even ask for a resource. If you're like, okay, this is where I'm at, I've gotten this far in my business, but I really need somebody that's going to help me with marketing strategy, and that room is full of resources, and it's just fantastic.
That sounds fantastic. Is it for members only, or is it open to the
No,
public?
it is open to the public,
Okay.
and it's it's Empower and Elevate Conference, like the whole thing spelled out. And if you want to get tickets, you can still get tickets. And if you use the promo code EMPOWER, you can get your ticket for $47.
Wow,
So yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
really
good.
And what's the date?
the date. Oh, thank you. I have my little cheat sheet here. It's November 14th.
Okay.
From 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. and it's in Mesa at Superstition Manor.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's a beautiful venue. We've been there before, and it's really just. It's just something that you don't want to miss. Even if you don't have a business yourself, we have people that attend that are maybe thinking about starting a business,
Right.
or they're still in corporate and they just want to be around a group of people for a day that are there to support them and make connections and, offer resources. So it's really a fantastic
I love how inclusive
event.
Everything sounds that
Yes,
you do.
it
Yeah, that's
is.
really cool. Okay, so since we've got an expert here, you had mentioned, holding on to your business cards and starting the relationship first. What's another networking tip that folks can put into practice when they're networking and wanting to be a little more professional about it?
So one thing I would suggest, if you were at a networking event, and I do this at all of the events that I attend, whether it's ours or somebody else's, if I see somebody standing alone, because there are introverts out there or people that get overwhelmed when there's a room of 150 people networking, go over and say hello. Go over and introduce yourself. Go over and ask them, what is the funnest thing you've done this year so far? Or what is a great project that you're working on right now? What's something that excites you? It doesn't have to be, what do you do?
Right.
Because that's just so, it's predictable, but it doesn't help you get to know them. That's telling you what they do, not who they are as a person.
Right.
And, do they love animals? Do they have kids? Are they a grandparent? Do they love going to restaurants? Do they hate cooking? Anything like that, what books they've read, what movies have they seen? There's so many options to ask of, just really just strike up that conversation and get to know somebody. Another tip I would say is go into the room, and especially if you tend to get overwhelmed, just make a goal of connecting with 3 people. You don't have to connect with the whole room, because that's not going to happen anyway. But if you go into the event thinking, I'm going to connect with 3 people, I'm going to have 3 great conversations, that totally takes the pressure off of you to feel like I have to, hit 25 people or this isn't a successful event. The other thing is people want to connect with you. That's why they're there, is to get to know you and to see how you can help each other. You could find your next collaboration partner or your next business partner there. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to walk out with 3 leads. it means you're going to walk out with the beginning of 3 relationships.
Right.
And if you think of it like that, 4 years ago, I hated networking. We just took over Networked Live 4 years ago. And at the time, I was doing cybersecurity recruiting. And we had lived up in Seattle at that time. And I had horrible experiences going to networking events. Like, somebody would ask me what I did, and I would tell them. And they would literally, this happened to me, they turned around and walked away. Like, not even like, oh, so nice to meet you, you know, hope you have a great night. It was just like, okay. And then they turned around and walked away. And I'm like, I don't think this is how networking is supposed to be. I'm like,
they probably didn't like the frog that was on your head.
That must have been it. I don't know, something. But I remember leaving there and telling my husband, that was the worst experience I've ever, you know. And so now that we have this opportunity, we don't want people to walk away with that. We want people to walk away feeling like, hey, I felt included, I felt welcomed, and you know, I met some great people, and that's really what we have. 2 mixers a month. One is open to everybody, and we usually get about 125 to 150 people, usually in the Scottsdale area. And then we also have another one also in Scottsdale area that's a members only event. Okay. And if you're not a member, you can still attend to check it out and see if it's right for you, but it's smaller. We limit it to about 50 people. So you can actually sit down and have a conversation with somebody without feeling like, oh wait, I gotta get to the next person, or you know, that kind of a thing. So, and we started those specifically because, you know, when you have 150 people in the room, you're yelling at each other. You're not, you're not, it's like, wait, what did you say? I can't hear you. And those are really fun events, but sometimes, you know, you want to have the closer knit atmosphere, more intimate atmosphere. And so, yeah, we welcome everybody that is even interested in business or just a professional or just wants to be around professional people that are cheering for you and rooting for you.
Well, that sounds so encouraging and positive. I love that it's open to everyone. Catherine, why don't you share some contact information, both for the event and for Networked Live, if people are interested in joining and checking it out.
Awesome, thank you. So you can contact us at Networked Live, so it's NETWORKED live.com. We have our event calendar there. You can check out all of our events. You can see more information about us. And then the Empower and Elevate Conference is empowerandelevateconference.com. And then you can reach out to me at Catherine at Networked Live if you have any comments, you want to connect. I love connecting with people. I love learning about their journey and where they're at in life, and you know what the path was for them to get there, because it's so interesting. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing this. You know, I was a stay-at-home mom until 2018. Oh wow. And then I jumped into cybersecurity recruiting, and now I help, you know, we have a cybersecurity business, but you know, here I am on the morning show of all things.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad you're here.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Bet.
Yeah. And we have more good stuff coming your way, so keep it right here.